And if you can read and you teach your kids to read, there's nothing you guys can't learn together. So
Right.
don't think that you need to know it and teach it to your kids. How about this? Learn it together.
So here's the first question. It says, my kids are currently in school and I want to homeschool them, but I don't remember much about what I learned in school. I want you to
Yeah.
jump on this one, Abby, because you are an educated teacher.
I'm an educated teacher. I went to all the schools.
Right.
But I just keep going back to, well, first of all, yeah, I did K through 12. I went to college. I became a teacher. And you want to talk about holes. Like the only thing I know are those things. Like there's more things I don't know than that I do know. But I think the greatest thing you can do is teach your kids how to learn. And then there's nothing they won't know. You know, like I think all the time, were you taught how to use the internet growing up? Nope, because
Right.
it didn't
Oh.
exist, right? But
Yeah.
some miraculous thing, I can use the internet because you know why? I have a brain that can keep learning.
Yeah.
And so I think the verse that always stands out to me too, in addition to the one you said, is trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will guide your path, make your path straight. And the thing is, if we lean on our own understanding, because I have an education to teach, you know, but if I trust on that, that's where the holes are going to end because I don't know the path God has for my kids. There's no possible way I can teach them everything that they need to know for the path that he has them on because I don't even know what that is. I don't know if they're going to be a this or that or a doctor or a lawyer.
Yeah.
But I do know that if I lean on my own understanding and what I know, my education, my understanding, or this mom, she's like, I don't have a lot of understanding. Well,
Yeah.
good. You're not supposed to lean on it anyway. So you're one step ahead of those that have a great education.
Right.
Because you're supposed to trust in the Lord and he's going to lead the path as to what your kids need to know. And then that's all they need to know. I firmly believe, and this is not popular, but kids don't need to know all the things. They need to know the things for the path that the Lord has them on. You know, like I don't need to know how to do calculus because I don't need that in my world. Somebody
Right.
else does need to know calculus. So the reality is you can't possibly teach your kids all the things anyway. But what you can do is you can teach them to learn so that when it's time to learn, they're going to learn what they need.
Yeah.
So don't lean on your own understanding anyway. So if you feel like you don't have the education, I would say you're one step ahead because you're going to be open to letting the Lord do what the Lord needs to do to get your
Yeah.
kids where he wants your kids.
And even without the education, you know your kids better than anyone
Yes,
else.
absolutely.
No one else loves them more than you do,
No.
and no one else knows them
No.
better than you do. And no one else is going to take as much of an interest in
Yep.
who they are as people and their character and their,
Absolutely.
just development as people
Right.
and their relationships with each other and with you. Like
Yep.
no one else can do. There's not a teacher in the world, no matter how good they are,
Yep.
who can possibly accomplish what you can accomplish
Yep.
at home with them. And
100%.
so, it's not so much
100%.
about you being educated enough. And I mean,
No.
I'm proof of that. And I don't say that in a prideful way at all, because trust me, there are going to be plenty of holes, but my girls are learning
Yes.
things, and we have resources for them, and we
Yep.
spend time together reading, and we spend time together learning. And there's been so many things that I'm like, oh, I didn't know about that thing. Let's go look
Right.
that up. And
Yeah. Nothing will make you understand your lack of education more than homeschooling because
yeah, right.
we are like, I'm like, I had no idea. I mean, maybe I
Right.
learned it, but I either wasn't paying attention and so Mama who wrote this in the question, you're in the same place we all are because none
Yeah.
of us know it all and none of us are academically and the academics isn't the focus. God's gonna,
Right.
focus on the Lord first. Like we
Yes.
said, don't trust in your own understanding. And if you can read and you teach your kids to read, there's nothing you guys can't learn together. So
Right.
don't think that you need to know it and teach it to your kids. How about this?
Yeah.
Learn it together. Learn it with them and it will make it so much more lively and rich. And that's the
Yeah.
beauty of homeschooling is you get to learn it with them.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
there are so many resources. Just don't think that because you're homeschooling them that you have to teach them every subject. And
no.
we've talked lots about this, but it's okay to use co-ops. I mean, we've
Yeah.
done co-ops. You have, I have, where we've had other people teach different things to our kids. My daughter
Yep.
took a culinary class this past year. I will never teach culinary. I do not like to cook. I am not good at cooking. Both of my girls at 12 and 17 are better cooks than I am. And so it's okay to source things out,
Yes.
whether it's cooking or science. I mean, it doesn't matter as long
Oh
as
my
it's
goodness, I did
someone that you trust.
a whole semester of teaching my kids like land animals. We bought the whole curriculum, land animals, right? Nothing. They didn't learn anything. They watched 3 episodes of Wild Kratts, and it's like they learned everything in that course in 3 episodes of Wild Kratts.
Right. Oh,
So there's resources.
Yeah, there are
You're
for
gonna
sure.
be fine, mamas.
Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.